Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to, of course, this week's new episode of X Vlog Live. I'm your host, Mr. BoomStick XL. And listen, for the next minute or two, I'm going to be solo. C Money should be jumping in here any second. And we got a rocking show for you today. Obviously, you see by the headline, breaking news, ladies and gentlemen, Xbox is not dead. And well, we're going to get into why that is. There is a new viral marketing campaign called This is an Xbox. And I actually found out about it just now because someone was like, hey, listen, there's an article, boom, you should check it out. And well, it looks dope. Again, apologies, my internet seems to be taking a complete D. And I'm just watching the left-hand corner. So what I'm going to do is probably stop the footage as soon as we get. Oh, here it's going back up. All right. So anyway, listen, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for checking out today's show. C Money should be here momentarily. Again, we're going to get into why Matt Booty has XGS or Xbox Game Studios poised to win in 2025. Now, we do know quite a few titles that will be out in 2025. Doom Eternal multi-plat, no big deal there. Obviously, Avowed is coming out in February, I believe it is. Now we could, again, South of Midnight has been confirmed, and thanks to, of course, Will Broke Boy Lewis last night on Primetime Gaming, he actually had pre-ordered the collector's edition that includes the music and some of the art from South of Midnight, and it said a date for April. So I don't know if that's just for that set or that is for the game as well. So that could get an April release. We do know that there is going to be another Call of Duty, which I believe is going to be the sequel to Black Ops 2, which is awesome, right? And again, back-to-back Black Ops games. I mean, it's a winner chicken dinner for anyone like myself who has refound Call of Duty thanks to this game. But that's not it, folks. Now, there was a Reddit post, and take it with a grain of salt. It's Reddit. So obviously it's a rumor, but according to the rumor, Matt Booty has a couple of aces left up his sleeve. What could they be? We're going to get into that. But yeah, listen, it's, again, it's been super busy this week for me, and I don't think the content has suffered because of it, because I've been, doing things that I need to do and then racing back to get the content out, and hopefully you guys and gals are enjoying the content. I was a bit weathered last night, so shout out to Music72, who in the chat asked me if I'm feeling better. As you can see, I got the skin color back in my face. I'm smiling. I'm energetic. Well, that's what 8 hours of sleep will do for you. And I did, in fact, get 8 hours of sleep last night. Was up this morning at 6, and I've been running ever since. But you know what? I'm energetic because of something I want to share with the community. As a content creator, ladies and gentlemen, we do these things, and you're not guaranteed success. You're not guaranteed that people are going to watch your things. You're not guaranteed that people are going to share your things on the socials. You have to put out good quality content in order to gain the trust of the same people that are here. We have already 200 people here, and we're 3 minutes into the program. Back in the days when I first started, I would be lucky to have 200 people here at the end of the show. So, of course, I'm always humbled by how many people show up on a regular basis. But then as you start to do YouTube, you start to get people that are interested in your channel because, one, you're popular with the community, you're putting out a good piece of content or multiple pieces of content, and they like they like the voice, they like the presentation. More importantly, they like the flow of the show. They like the positivity. So you start to potentially meet up with companies that want to sell their wares to your customers, to your people that watch the show. And something happened today that is a bit surreal. For me personally, holding it in my hand, is incredible. So I'm going to share this with you. I don't have the link. I'm waiting for Valari to give me the pre-order link for the double barrel gaming pillow. Folks, it's here. It has arrived. It looks dope. And I'm going to be honest with you. It's emotional because Mrs. Boom and I built this brand from the ground up. and we try to help as many people, as many other content creators as we can, on our way up to the top, and we try to bring everybody with us. But things like this it's honestly, it's surreal. So I don't think you're gonna see it as well as I'd like to show it off. I'm gonna take pictures and put it on the socials, but here it is, folks. The double barrel gaming Valari gaming pillow. And if you look on the corner over here, it actually says Mr. BoomStick XL. Where is it? There you go. So hold on a second. It's trying to work the camera is not good. But yeah, there it is, folks. That is the Valari gaming pillow. It has arrived. It has the Double Barrel Gaming membership. I mean, get Double Barrel Gaming logo on there. It's pretty crazy. So here's C Money. C Money, what's going on, brother? I'm going to bring us in on the 2 square because my internet is just a real piece of you know what. But
sorry about that, man. We're literally about to get into the show and call. It's like, damn it. Sorry.
Well,
sorry, guys. What's up, everybody?
Listen, at the end of the day, you're here. We got a lot to get into. I saw your post about the dooming and glooming for Xbox once again because Xbox is dead. We're going to break down why that is. So now that I have full screen, I can show off the double barrel game.
Snap!
It is here. It has arrived. And as you can see, look at the shotgun shells. It's depicting that, of course, I'm doing damage and I'm just ejecting those shells. And it even has the double Mr. BoomStick XL logo in the right corner. It's honestly, folks, like I was saying before C Money got here, it's surreal for the channel. It's something I wanted to share. I'm gonna take real good pictures. As soon as I get the link, I'm going to drop it for you guys and gals. If you're interested, we're getting it to the holidays. If you want to buy it for your significant other or, buy yourself a gift. Again, this is something that we as creators, you're never guaranteed for this to happen. And when it does, you got to celebrate it. You got to share it. You got to be excited about it because, again, we started the channel 7 years ago and we had no idea we would ever be here where we are, where we're getting flown out to LA, where we're getting companies that want to put our logo on their brand. It's crazy. And I, before we get into the show, I personally just want to say thank you because I don't get here without you. That is an absolute fact. Without people listening to the show and sharing the show with others on socials, we don't get these opportunities. So Mrs. Boom and I are incredibly grateful for the support that you guys and gals have given us. But C Money, what's up, brother? I love the tweet. I love how you immediately attacked the negativity about Xbox is dead. How's everybody at home, man? How are you doing?
Everybody's great, man. Everybody's great. Thank God. We're having a good time doing our thing. Can't be upset at that. Looking forward to lots of gaming this upcoming week that we got new stuff coming. Very excited. So
season 1 of Call of Duty.
That drops mañana, right?
Today.
No, today.
Yeah,
what?
dude.
It's Friday. Why did
I already ranked up 3 times.
What?
I already
got.
I'm ready to rock and roll, brother. I
thought it was
tomorrow.
It's tomorrow. Brother. I had my whole week was like, all right, Friday, I'm trying to get all my work stuff done. Friday morning, I'm rocking. Wow.
Dude, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that the 3,500 coins that I had has already been spent. There is a female dragon with wings, and her guns are dope AF. I bought it. It's 3,000 coins. I had 3,500 in the bank. I got 500 left. I'm probably going to buy another 1,000 because they have this guy wearing a mask, and he's decked out in all of like sand camo. He looks I was like, wait, what? Somebody just killed me looking like a ninja. And they're gonna get my money. We got listen. And speaking of which, I'm working on a story for tomorrow because you know those internet data miners, the miner 49ers that we all love, that they go and they do this stuff. Well, they have found
Halo stuff,
Halo, Gears, Doom Guy, and I'm gonna be honest with you, if this happens, it's going to make my universe. A Banjo-Kazooie skin.
Oh my
How
God.
effing demoralizing are you going to feel when I roll up on you and
there.
do a stab move with freaking
Oh my God.
with Banjo-Kazooie?
Oh my
I'm going
God.
to copy that. I'm going to share that online. Do not get stabbed by me wearing this outfit, because if you do, you're going to be famous. I'm going to tell you that right now.
My God. That's hilarious, bro. That is hilarious.
Oh my God. So yeah,
wow.
Listen, it's
Oh my God. I really didn't know. I really had everything.
As soon as we're only doing an hour and like
Friday.
10 minutes. As soon as it's done, let's go.
Son of a bitch.
I'm not working for the rest of the day. It's out. Everyone do their own thing.
I didn't plan around this, man. I planned to crunch everything today, so tomorrow I'll be free. God damn it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, maybe I can just refigure it and move
we'll,
everything to tomorrow.
You know what? Look, what are we doing? We're talking Xbox. We're excited. We're laughing. We're joking. Right? We're having fun. Xbox, I don't care where they currently sit in regards to console status. They're number 3. That's fine. They know that they're number 3. And honestly, I don't know if they're ever going to get to number 1 when it comes to the popularity contest. I don't know. Personally, I don't think so. But the way that they are doing their business is they are systematically owning everyone and taking those wares and putting it into their service that we know is the best deal in gaming. Now, C-Money, I've done enough talking. I do want you to elaborate on your tweet, because after the Phil Spencer interview yesterday, obviously the one particular point of contention is there is no red line in our portfolio. Now, what exactly does that mean? Well, that means that everything could possibly go. But does that mean that everything will go? The answer is no. They are evaluating what games go, and they are. I'm very, very positive that there are a lot of minds, eyes, and thoughts on the 3 bigs, meaning Halo, Gears, and Forza. That is not being taken lightly. So, of course, there are people in the PlayStation community taking victory laps, which is fine. Take all the victory laps you want. I have a point of contention on that in a second. And there are Xbox guys and gals who are losing their shit. And look, I'm going to tell you this right now, folks. If you are upset, if you feel, quote unquote, betrayed, I was there. In the beginning of 2024, I was like, you know what? I don't like the idea of these 4 games going. And you've heard me say this before. I would run Xbox like Peter Moore, and it basically would be, if you want to play an Xbox game, you're either going to play it on PC or you're going to buy an Xbox. But you see, here's the thing. I don't run Xbox. I'm a consumer. I'm a fan. And even though I don't like it, I don't like what's happening, I understand the business aspect of it. We're in it. So I understand it from a business perspective. Does that make it right? It does not. But here's the thing. At the brass tacks of this, has Xbox taken away anything from us? As from you and me, Mr. and Mr. Consumer, Mr. and Mrs. Consumer to the chat, nearly 400 people here. Has Xbox taken away anything from you and given that to PlayStation and Nintendo and saying, hey, Xbox fan, we know you're just going to take it, so suck it? They have not done that, right? Now, again, I'm not making excuses for the $3 trillion company. I think exclusives do matter. Sony knows exclusives matter, but not as much as you think anymore. And why that is, well, we're going to get into that as well. They already have 3 games that are on 3 different platforms that say Sony Interactive Entertainment when you start them. MLB The Show is multi-plat. You have Horizon Lego on Nintendo, and you have Death Stranding. Now, I don't want to hear, oh, well, boom, Death Stranding, we used to be owned by PlayStation, and it's not anymore. Shut up. It says Sony Interactive Entertainment when you start that bad boy up. That means that particular IP is being owned and operated at the time by Sony Interactive Entertainment. If you think that is the only 3 that are going, you are sadly mistaken. And as for what Xbox is doing, well, think about this, C Money. And this is where, if you are running this narrative as a PlayStation fan, you probably should think about it a little bit. Next year, the 3 games that are their 3 biggest games next year, it's not any of them Sony first party. It is Indiana Jones in the spring, owned by Xbox, right? You also have the Call of Duty at the end of the year, owned at Xbox. What else is next year? Death Stranding 2. It's no longer an exclusive. It might be a timed exclusive, but you can't run the narrative that, oh, it's not coming to any box but ours. We win. That's going to be everywhere as well. I mean, look, MLB The Show is coming out next year again, and it's going to be in Game Pass for Xbox players, but not for Sony players, not even in their top tier service. So who's really losing here?
Listen, we've talked about this. First of all, they're also getting Doom, right? So
Doom Eternal. Thank you, sir. I forgot that one. Yes.
Yeah, Doom, the new age or Dark Age.
The Dark Ages, yeah.
So listen, first of all, the fact that these PlayStation dudes are saying things, that's a nothing burger, right? They say things no matter what, right? If there's nothing to say, they'll make it up. It doesn't matter. Real Xbox people, real ones, know that nothing new was said.
Nothing
new was said.
Not a thing.
If you think that the $3 trillion company didn't sit down at some point, or doesn't sit down and look at their entire portfolio and go with the pros and cons and see what might work, what might not, what will be the benefit, what will be the impact, what will be the negative, like the negative impact of it. They're going to do this. They're going to do this no matter what on every single game that they own. Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? So the fact that he's coming out here saying this is nothing burger. We know this stuff. This was already discussed. These dudes been saying full slate for how long? Right? Pony's been saying this, right? Like this is what are they going to say new? No red line. That's going to be their slogan. Their new slogan, no red line, no red line. Meanwhile, they got them out here saying no red line. What else was in that interview? Acquisitions, yes. Right? Yes, no red line, Pony. This is the mind that I don't get for the PlayStation dudes and for these so-called Xbox dudes. We need to stop calling them Xbox dudes, right? I don't care what console they play on or what they do. If you are only an Xbox fan because you only have an Xbox, don't talk to me. You don't get to tell me what's good or what's not, because I have a PlayStation, I have the Switch, I have an Xbox, and I choose, as I've always have, to be an Xbox dude. That's me, because I had the choice, right? It's not like you see other people out there who were Xbox dudes and then they buy a PlayStation and now all of a sudden, oh, they like PlayStation, so they're going to talk a lot about PlayStation. Fam, I've been having PlayStation. It's been here. It's been here. I don't care. I have everything because if I want to play it, then I will. Ain't nobody in the chat, ain't nobody out in the world going to tell me that I can't play what the hell I want to play. The sad part is that I bought all this stupid shit. Yeah, it's fucking Spider-Man 2. Got it. Got the collectors. When you see a show with Doodle in the background, there's the Venom statues back there, right? We got all the crap. The God of War, Ragnarok. I thought it was going to be dope before it turned out to be what it was. The Hammer, we got the Hammer collector's edition. I got the Horizon Forbidden West collector's edition statue. Fam, don't talk to me about what this is about. I love Xbox because I love them. Everything they have is fucking fire for me. That is what I prefer. The company, you can say what you want, but there's no company out there giving you what they give us. I don't care what you feel or what you think. No one does. They have changed gaming for everybody. Listen, you know, not everyone can go out there and afford to buy like 4 or 5 games a month. Not everyone can budget $350 a month. That's a month. In 2 months, they could buy a PlayStation Pro, but ain't nobody buying that, right? Because the money. So don't act like you people out there want to act so big dog, right? You want to act so big dog, like the everyman or the person who doesn't have a crap ton of money can just be like, oh man, this month 4 games that I love are coming out. I'm just gonna drop all the money. It's fine. Let's go. Like, no, people have to pick and choose. People have to say, oh man, all right, this month I could get this month I could get this. Yo, on Xbox, $20 a month. $20 a month. You never have to spend another dollar anywhere. Yeah, sure. Are there games that are not coming to Game Pass? Absolutely. Okay, absolutely. And if you save up, if you can't afford it, you save up, you can buy that game.
Well, you wait for a sale. Point. You wait for the end of year.
Yeah, you wait for a sale. You wait for whatever, right? You can experience gaming at the highest levels if you're on Xbox or PC Game Pass or cloud gaming. It's just what it is. It's just what it is, man. Again, I know we can buy the games and you can buy the games, and there's a lot of people who can, but there's a lot of people who can't. So Xbox gives us more than any other company ever, right? It's just what it is. They invest so much into their hardcore audience, right? To the people who love Xbox, the people who love gaming, right? You don't even have to, bro. If you're a PlayStation dude and you just love games, we seen your videos, we seen your setups, okay? All y'all ain't in studios, okay? We see the cameras, we see the mics. Fam, don't act like you're running around being able to buy every game that comes out, dog. Like, we know the truth. You can't fool nobody, right? Unless you and then if you hide behind the screen all the time and you ain't showing us, I just assume it's worse, right? I just assume it's worse. All right. So don't try to act like you out here buying every game. You know how we know? You know how we know exclusives don't matter anymore? Except for the imaginary minds of the ponies and these Xbox dudes that just won't let it go, who can't evolve, who can't move past the old days, right? Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers. How Sony sold 77 million games last quarter and only 5 million were first party.
Because it's a third-party box, dude. That's just what it is. Look,
so it doesn't. If you delete the quarter before that, they only sold 53 million copies of games. Only 53 million copies of games. 77 million, 53. If you delete their entire first party, that 5 million copies, right? They still sold more than they did the previous month without any first party. So if anything, if PlayStation woke up tomorrow and said, you know what, it's not worth it. Why do we have any of these first party studios? Because no one is buying these games in a significant way. We saw the numbers. Ponies, don't come at me. We saw the numbers, dog, from Sony. Sony told us. Sony showed us the numbers. Nobody's buying those games that you think they are, right? Not in a major way. Not across PlayStation 4, PC, and PS5 combined for a lot of those games. The numbers are minuscule.
Yeah.
So don't come at us trying to act like, oh my God, look at us. We have this, blah, blah, blah. Come on, man. No, nobody cares. Nobody cares. And what are you getting? 1 game a year from first party, maybe 2. Who cares? Who cares? Nobody buys those things. So don't act like you're in this grand situation. You're not. You're not. If anything, if you open your eyes, you look and see there's only one company that is downgrading their assets. They're downgrading what they're going to be doing for you guys. And that's PlayStation. They've come out. They said it. They have to change the way they do things.
Yeah.
They cannot do it the same. They keep using the same engines. They're not upgrading you from PlayStation 4 times. Right? This is all the same. It's all the same. We keep seeing it. Right? So as far as like the PlayStation dudes are concerned, that's dumb. I don't care about them. They're jokes, right? It's funny. You know what I'm saying? It's like seeing somebody who's in a bad way and they want to go and act like they're not. Like, come on, man. We know your situation. Okay. It's okay. How do you know this? Easy. Look at how excited they are right now. How excited they are. These dudes, yo, put out videos. Oh, make sure you bring me that perfect dark. Oh God, I can't wait. Oh, dudes wearing hats for indie. Oh my God, bring me my indie. Oh, I'm so excited. What does that tell me? I don't know. Maybe what that tells me is as you were sitting there on that PlayStation, y'all been looking at the other side. You've been looking at the other side like, I wish. Oh my God, I wish I could eat that. Oh my God, that would be delicious. Oh, I'll get back to my Chef Boyardee in the can. You know what I'm saying?
My God.
My microwave chefs are cooking. You know what I'm saying? They're cooking out here. Nah, man.
Hold
Come
up.
on, you
Let
expose
'em
yourself.
cook.
Ain't nobody doing that over here. I don't give 3 craps. Death Stranding, I don't care that game came over here. You know why I care? I care to laugh at you because it means so much to you. It means so much to you. That's why I care that it came.
What's interesting?
Because I get to point and laugh, fam. That's it.
But here's to your point. Death Stranding is #1 on Xbox on multiple countries, and it's #2 in France, #1 in Germany. It's think about, and that's not played.
People didn't even know that game came out.
That game, that's money spent. That's what that means. So people on Xbox who supposedly don't buy games bought the game. I bought the game. Asante bought the game. A lot of people bought the game. Yeah, it's $20, but the game is also very old. And I'm here to tell you that Hiroki Totoki, the money guy who doesn't play console wars, is going to see this and be like, you know what? Let's get day and date for PC, which I think is happening. It's going to be happening much sooner than later. And that's not going to happen for Xbox. You're not going to get day and date releases there. What you will probably get is, let's say, for instance, now, I don't know whether you saw their show for December leaked, and one of the announcements is Days Gone Director's Cut, which a lot of people love that game.
We found that out, by the way, live on our show. When we were watching, we were making fun of the commercial they did, right?
Yeah,
you saw that commercial?
Was just weird.
Okay, it was horrible, right? We were laughing at it. We had a great time. Okay, we were really mocking it. But there's a scene, okay, if you look, that they show like a billboard in the back, like a ticker. And on that ticker, I saw it. I was like, hold on, stop. Let me see. I rewinded it. It says 3/12/2024. And I was like, what is that? And then we started talking about it, and Doodle, I think it was Doodle who had mentioned that maybe it's their show. Maybe they're gonna have a show on December 3rd, right?
Yeah, the numbers are backwards rather than
it's like the UK. I was like, oh, 3/12 already passed, but then I think it was somebody else on the panel who said, nah, it might be 12/3, and it was like, oh snap. So we were like, what's happening on 12/3, right? She said God of War trilogy might be announced, and then like literally the next day, the leak came out that on 12/3 there's going to be a show, and God of War trilogy is one of the things that they're supposed to be talking about.
That and Days Gone Director's Cut. Now, Days Gone Director's Cut is probably going to launch on PlayStation, obviously. Maybe come to PC.
It'll be on PC for sure.
100%. Sure.
I mean, it's already on PC. So
yeah, but this is like the Director's Cut. They're trying to get blood from a stone. This is what they're doing because they don't have any other new first-party games. But what if, ladies and gentlemen, they release that for $20 on Xbox? I'm not saying I'm port begging. I have the game. I put over 50 hours into the game. I have the freaking game. I don't need it to come here. But will I buy it? Yeah, I'll buy it. I'll spend $20. There's no doubt about it. But again, this is why I wanted to open up the show with the Xbox is dead thing.
Well, it's not.
I just find it to be. It's funny. It's just, to me. See, it's just ridiculous.
It's literally like understand, right? Again, like I already have the console. So if I wanted the console, if I wanted these games, I would buy them and I would spend the money on them, right? I don't care about any of those games coming over here. Again, the only desire I have is to point and laugh because I know how emotional you guys get about it, right? You guys are weak in the knees. Anything happens like that, I get to point and laugh. It's fun. We have a great time on our show mocking you daily. It's great. It's great. That being said, I don't understand. And you know what? Maybe a lot of people don't grow up in in places where you think like this. But I could tell you right now, there's nothing more gangster than going ahead and making your competitor, okay, making your competitor fund your first party and your Game Pass. There is nothing more gangster than
demoralizing, but
that
nobody
in
realizes it.
business.
Yeah.
Nothing more gangster than that. If you don't think that, I don't care. You guys are jokes. You guys live in La La Land over here, and we're gonna keep making fun of you on our show. Thank you. We're gonna keep having all the people in this chat right now who are laughing at you because you guys are ridiculous. They're gonna come to our show and we're gonna point and laugh nonstop because you guys are jokes. You guys are jokes. You don't get it. And all you're doing is showing how little you really know. How little you really know. Microsoft is not dead, or Xbox is not dead. They're not leaving. They're not
They're the
gonna
biggest
stop making
publisher
a
in
console. They're
gaming.
not, bro. How you gonna tell these? Look at how dumb they are. I had so many words that just went through my mind that I was like, nope, can't say that. Nope, can't say that. I landed on dumb. All right. So look at how dumb that they are, where they're saying that Xbox is dead. They're not gonna have any more consoles. That's what's gonna happen, see money. They do literally just said in a few years they're gonna drop their own handheld. How?
Yeah, I know. This
is what's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. This is the thing, I love it because I go on Twitter and I write these things and you see all these dudes who don't follow me, right? But they magically see everything that I write nonstop, right? Like they're always in there going to talk smack, right? And it's like, dude, what do you do? I thought you had such amazing things to talk about on your or to go do on your gaming, right? Why don't you go play some of those games, right? Why don't you go on these other people like their shows? Go watch these shows, right? There's so many of y'all. Why don't you boost up all these PlayStation content creators who are sitting there struggling, begging to get noticed, right?
well,
Who
they're
begging
also
to have
doing
somebody come
disingenuous
and give them
things to get
some love.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't want to spend too much time on this because we're already halfway through the show. I got to get the super chats and we got to talk about the Matt Booty thing. But I want this to be clear. Before you listen to someone that is dooming and glooming on Xbox and how Xbox is dead and how Microsoft doesn't know what they're doing and Phil needs to be fired, think about this. Think about this one thought. Next year, Sony's 4 biggest games are not from first party. 3 of them are owned by Xbox, and 1 has now been sold off back to Kojima, which was an exclusive and is no longer going to be one. Their 4 biggest games next year for 2025 are going to be Xbox-owned IPs and a Kojima-owned IP. Just think about how
They're
ridiculous.
funding our Game Pass. They're funding our first party, bro. I see people. Listen, I know that there's people who don't use Game Pass. Okay, great. That's fun for you. Good for you. I'm excited for you. Understand that you are not the dictator of what happens at Xbox because you buy the games, right? And let me also say this. I want, before you come out here and lie to yourself and to everybody out here and say that it upsets you that the games you're going to be playing on Xbox, that some of those games might be going elsewhere. Okay. So it makes you mad. I can't believe it. I buy my games. And the fact that somebody else is going to play those games makes me infuriated. Okay. Before you do that, I want you to ask yourself, did you enjoy Call of Duty this year? Did you enjoy Elden Ring when that dropped? Did you enjoy any of the other major? Did you
Cyberpunk,
enjoy Cyberpunk? Did you enjoy The Witcher? Did you enjoy, Skyrim when it came out? Like, I would like to know if for you, if the game is third party, then you can love it and enjoy it. And then what you're saying, that if it was a first party game that was created under the Xbox banner, what do you are you just now you don't like the game? Is that what's going to happen? Or are you just saying you're mad and you're upset and you're going to cry and have a lot of tears come down and come out and let everybody else know how sad you are and how much you want to cry, because Xbox is leaving this space behind where they're worried about the ponies saying that, oh no, we don't have those games, or you don't have these games. And it's like, bro, let's stop. Okay, I get it. I'm from the time, just like Boom said, this is what we used to do. Sure. And I used to go to the store and, rent a game from Blockbuster, but that shit is done too. Right.
Yep.
I used to go ahead and buy a movie that was on a cassette that was this big, and then you put it into the stupid ass machine that took it down. And if it would get messed up sometimes, right?
Like, when you rented them, they would be on there. Please be kind and rewind. Anyone remember that?
Yeah, exactly. Like, dude, I get it. You guys are so stuck in this narrative, but I need you to understand. No one cares. If you're that emotional about it, prove it. Leave. Go. Hey, all the games, right? Supposedly to you, all the games are going to PlayStation. So go over there, because you didn't have a PlayStation before, because you didn't like those games, right? You didn't care about those games. But now that Xbox games are going over there, you might as well buy a PlayStation so that you can not buy the games you didn't want to buy before, and then just buy Xbox games there on a controller you probably didn't like before. I don't know. Maybe I'm the one who's crazy.
No,
who's looking at this like, what are you talking about, dude? Come on, man.
I'll say this: no one is discounting anybody. If you are, I can't tell you how to feel. You feel betrayed because Xbox games are going to other places. No,
I can't tell you how to feel, but I can make fun of how you feel.
I have understood for many months now that what Phil said yesterday was something we knew months ago. Nothing he said yesterday was new. And I think that we have clarified that Xbox is not dead. Microsoft is not killing off Xbox. Consoles are still happening. We talked about that in the latter half of yesterday's show. Why is that? Because over 20 million people have Xbox Game Pass Ultimate on console. They're not going to give away 20 million subscribers not to make hardware. And when hardware does not make any sense to them anymore, someone else will make it for them. You'll be able to get Lenovo to do it, or Dell, or Alienware, or someone else to make your next Xbox. That is what's ultimately going to happen. PlayStation is going to continue to do what they do, and they're going to continue to be behind the eight ball when it comes to money. Who's making the most money? The biggest publisher in gaming, and that is Xbox. They are the biggest publisher. I don't know how they're dying, but whatever. Listen, we got to talk about Matt Booty, but before we get there, I got to catch up with Super Chats. And the first one of the day comes from Will Broke Boy Lewis, who dropped a megaton bomb last night. He says this after dropping a very generous $2 Super Chat. I'm honored. I'm now a quote-unquote source for Xbox news. Indeed, you are, kind sir. Welcome to the party. You dropped that that nugget yesterday, and again, it's a really good catch. Like, most people would not pay attention to that. That was a really solid catch. Which was that? That Midnight joint. South to Midnight might be coming out in April, because
he said that to us on our show on Tuesday. That was,
so I mean,
did you get it? That shit looked dope.
It looks good. It looks good. Yeah. I pre-ordered it as well. It looks really good. Edwin J. Garcia drops a very generous $2 super chat and says, everything is an Xbox except the PlayStation. Yeah, but not really, because they have Xbox games on PlayStation. But again, look, it is what it is. And obviously, the ad that the Xbox Wire just now, first of all, Xbox Wire just dumped this article today. It's called "This is an Xbox." I'm going to add it to the show notes if you want to take a look at it. And it's basically a bunch of floating devices where it has the load up screen for Xbox, and there's everything that's there. Your TV is there, your phone is there, your PC is there, your handheld is there, your console is there. And it's an ad that they're running in the UK, and they're going to start running here. And I think that they are letting people know that you do not need a sole console. I'm a console gamer. I'm always going to be a console gamer. All of these other ways to play for me are just It's just an additional way that I may or may not even play. I'm traditional where I want to play on the very expensive TV that I
as long
bought
as they
last
keep
year.
doing that, you'll be happy, right?
And they're going to continue to do that because they're not going to abandon people. You got to remember, they keep selling the same amount of consoles to the same amount of people because people want to play in consoles. Consoles are never going to be moved out of the way for cloud gaming. They're just not. People want to play on pieces of hardware.
Microsoft is massive. They support everything internally without Xbox, right? Just everything else they do. This is what they do. You're not giving it to like a PlayStation who's looking at like, I don't know what to do in this. I never had this experience. No, Xbox does this. This is they're a $3 trillion company, guys. Like, come on, man. Look at what they do. They handle all these different branches of their company. Xbox is a pillar in their company. This is what it is. And within Xbox, there's now branches. Okay, it's not just Xbox the console. There's Xbox the console, there's Xbox the PC players, there's Xbox the cloud players, there's Xbox the people who are going to go ahead and purchase their games directly on the cloud and be able to access it anywhere. There's so many different layers to it. And then there's people who are going to be on the Switch and on PlayStation who access Xbox games. And they access that how? With the money, right? They spend that 70, right? That hot 70 every time. Every one of those dudes on PlayStation who's loving up on Call of Duty, who's so pumped for the Battle Pass that's dropping today. Those people, every single one of them, every time they say, oh man, that skin looks dope, send a little bit more Microsoft's way. Right.
Just Doom Eternal 7643. Call of Duty next year 7643.
Keep buying them, man. Keep buying them. Keep begging.
Indiana Jones 7643.
Keep buying them. That just keeps us funded. On top of everything else, they're using you to fund their first party. They're using you to fund their Game Pass. This is beautiful. Wait till Nintendo Switch 2 comes out. Woo!
That's gonna Call of Duty launch title.
Be a party.
7643. There you go.
It's gonna be a party, bro. Going to be a party.
It is what it is. But OG Frost says this after dropping a very generous $10 in the chat. Where do I buy one of those pillows? I'd buy one. Brother, that is very kind of you.
Nice.
I literally am waiting for the link from Valari. I've reached out to them. They're working on a QR code as well as a direct link to where you could buy the pillow. The minute it goes live, I'm going to pin it to my Twitter. I'm going to pin it to my Blue Sky account so you can order it. There'll be a code there where you can get 15% off of your order using DBG 15 is what it is. I'll run the commercial for you, so you can definitely check it out. I am going to be filming a new commercial with the pillow, starring myself, of course, and my nephew wants to get down with it. So we're going to start filming over the weekend. I'm going to put everything together, and I'm going to send it off to Sean LeBrie to put a commercial together for us. That should be out in the next couple of weeks, right before the holiday. And of course, DBG 15 at checkout. As soon as it goes live, you can pre-order it. I believe they've already produced 50 of them, so it's limited for now, but they will make more. And again, it's you got to pinch yourself when stuff like this happens, because none of this is guaranteed. So the fact that there's somebody in the chat right now is like, yeah, boom, I buy that pillow. That's just crazy. It's just crazy. Honestly, I don't even have words. But thank you so much, OG Frost. Will Broke Boy Lewis drops an additional $2 super chat and says Adam Fall, which looks dope, by the way, is releasing March 27th, 2025. And guess what? It's day one in Xbox Game Pass. And again, we just keep winning. We just keep winning.
Stop, dude.
Smokey, who's been a channel member for 44 months. Smokey, salute to you, kind sir. Thank you so much for the support. He says Phil did his job. He got the entire industry talking about Xbox again. He was vague enough that anything could happen. Play games and stay calm. Indeed, sir. We also have Michael Mooney drops a very generous £5 super chat. It says Xbox owns the data on what will really happen to your games in Game Pass. Don't be shocked if EA go day one in day one in EA Play. New Xbox ad on YouTube as well. I mean, yeah, this is an Xbox. Yeah, I mean, Michael, they are in it, and they have had one hell of a year. We're going to get into that tomorrow on Breakfast with Boom, but man, they are even if they decided to go into cruise control, which I'm going to, again, I'll repeat that yesterday because it's part of my spiel for tomorrow, they still won 2024. I don't care what anyone says. They have had a banger of a year, left, right, and center, but they're not going to end it like that. I don't know what's going to happen at the Game Awards, folks. But it's the biggest and it's the most eyes on it. And I get it. Keeley can sometimes do things and he steps in it. That's just his business. And we know he's a PlayStation guy. That's fine too. But there's no way that Xbox is going to go into cruise control. I have a good feeling that we're going to get something big at the Game Awards. I don't know what it is. I just don't think that they are going to end the year and just let that show go. They're just not.
What they just dropped on Monday and Tuesday. We got a E3 level presentation of Indiana Jones and South of Midnight.
Yes,
they just said, you know what, this
Monday,
week
Tuesday,
is Xbox
bang, bang.
week.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and do it. And then yesterday they had the Warcraft, and there was tons of people.
And then today this is an Xbox. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, there's been Xbox news. He did an interview. Man. It's just been crazy.
There's an interview, and there's a lot of good things in there outside of the doom and gloom red line that you guys are obsessed with, right?
It's fine. Shout out to Eris _EMS, who's been a channel member for 8 months. Thank you so much for being here, Eris, as you always are. He says we are relics of a bygone era. Indeed, we are. This is the future. Xbox games everywhere and Sony games everywhere. There is no console war. Pick your box and enjoy. And I do think he's 1,000% right. Listen. Sony does things in drips and drabs where Xbox just cracks open the dam and it goes. Sony will get there. They're going to do day and date for PC with their first party games, and that's going to piss off a lot of people, and that's going to happen. Some of their older IPs that are 5 and 6 years old that are literally sitting on a shelf doing nothing, they're going to bring over to Xbox. Now, what those titles are, I have no idea, but that is ultimately the business. They're going to look at Death Stranding and use that as the red herring to make more money in a company that just took a $4 billion bath between buying Bungie and what happened with Concord. They have to make $4 billion back because Bungie is not making money for them right now, and Marathon is a freaking mess. So they need money, remember, folks.
They're gonna come out here. They're gonna clip you and say, "Look at you begging for their games and doing all this stuff, right?" But all you're doing is literally what all of them are doing by saying every game from a full slate. Show me somewhere. I want to hear Phil say it. I want to see it quoted by Phil, by Sarah. Show me where anyone has officially said full slate. Nowhere. So if you're out there saying this, don't look at Boom and say he's making stuff up. You do the same thing, fam. You do it too. All right. You just think you're better, but you're wrong. You're wrong, dude. You know why you're wrong? I can tell you, because no one has said that over here on Xbox side. No one. But you know where they have said that? On PlayStation side. That's right. Go listen to the CEO of Sony. Go listen to Hiroki Totoki when he was first coming in. Everything, every game they have will be everywhere. It will be ubiquitous. Those are the words that they said. And then you say, well, those are just words. See, money, that's not real. Really? Oh, that's funny. Because it looks like, I don't know, maybe PlayStation is the one and only company, the one and only first-party platform holder ever to take a tentpole IP that was theirs, that's PlayStation's, homegrown. They didn't buy it. They made it. Horizon.
Yeah.
Horizon.
Day
tentpole
one.
IP.
Day one.
Day one on a competitor's platform. Day one. They're the only people who have done it. You could talk all you want about Xbox. You could joke. You could laugh. All you guys got were 4 old-ass games. You got Indie coming. That's going to be timed and is delayed. And you have Dark Age, Doom, the Dark Ages, which was, again, not a homegrown IP on Xbox side. They purchased the studio. Everybody assumed that game was going to be multi-plat.
Yeah.
And it was multi-plat. You know how you know everybody assumed it's going to be multi-plat? Because nobody uses it. None of you ponies bring up Doom. Nobody does, right? So the fact that that game is going doesn't matter. It was always going to be a multi-plat, right? So the only people with confirmed words from their hierarchy and for knowing what has happened, literally taken place, PlayStation is the only one.
Yeah.
The only one who has dropped a first-party platform exclusive IP that they made themselves and put that on another console. They're the only ones, fam.
Yeah.
Sorry. It hurts.
No, it is what it is.
True
Sir Riffs a Lot, who's been a channel member for 2 months. So, Sir Riff a Lot, thank you so much for the support. He says ponies tout Game Pass as a rental service, yet the biggest games on PlayStation are free to play. I mean, he's not wrong, right? I mean, that's a fact, right? The most played games are Fortnite and Apex Legends and PUBG, and
well, that's the only way people could be using their console, right? Because if you have between PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, only 77 million games purchased, right? And if you go on Twitter and believe that most of the hardcore buy more than one game, well, if it's only 77 million games total that were purchased, and let's say on average, a hardcore person is going to buy two games a year or 2 games a quarter, right? Then that 77 goes to 38.5 million people, right? So that means 38.5 million people out of the 65 million that are on PS5 and the other 40 million on PlayStation 4 are buying no games.
Yep.
0 games. And they're just playing the games they either have or playing the free-to-play games.
And of that amount of games, only 5 million are first party. Yikes.
It's tough.
It is.
But the facts don't matter, Boom, because they're not going to look at the facts. They're going to say that we're delusional. We're making stuff up. We're the worst. Boom. Hey, this is the new thing that I get. I thought Boom was the worst. But you see money, you take the cake. This is what I hear now. This is the new slander that comes into these chats, bro.
Oh my god!
I thought Boom was the worst, but you see money. It's like, oh god,
this is outrageous. It's fine. It's fine.
They're wild, bro.
So Broke Boy Lewis drops not 1 but 2 additional super chats. The first one of $2 says, "C Money got the Galloper trot sound ready for tonight." Oh, I'm sure he does.
Oh, my soundboard still don't work. Look, can you hear that?
No.
You hear nothing? Yeah.
Nothing.
I'm applauding myself for everything I just said. That's what I have. For months, I've been using that every time somebody did a super chat, thinking that people I was clapping for people. Nobody told me, but I guess I never actually said it either. So there's
if you use StreamYards, I believe that there's a way to incorporate it. I got to figure out how to do it because mine's sitting right here. It's literally here, and I have the womp 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 sound, and I have a bunch of them. I haven't used it. It's literally sitting to the right of me. I should be ashamed of myself. But his second $5 super chat says, "Boom, C Money is a little slow on things. Just realized Tuesday night he wasn't playing audio for months, and Forspoken has been on Xbox PC for about a year."
I did not know that Forspoken was on the PC Xbox app. Never knew.
Yeah,
never knew.
So we have Rap God, not like rap, but like rap God says this after dropping $5 super chat. "Hey brother, love the show and friends. Watch every show. Saw you on Black Ops 6, but didn't have time to join the other day. Keep up the great work." Yeah, brother, if you see me on, just jump on. And if you're going to use your mic, just like send me a message and I'll throw my mic on. Usually I have it muted because, you come across a lot of just knucklehead kids and I don't want to hear them. So I mute everybody, but I will do a party and jump on. And you see me on, just join because I leave it open for everyone just to pop in. We also have here Julia, who's been a channel member for 38 months, didn't even say anything. So thank you for the ridiculous support. That is incredibly kind of you.
Awesome, man.
And Aris EMS has done it again, folks. He has gifted 5 Double Barrel Gaming memberships. That is awesome, very kind and very generous because he gifted 10 the other day. And we are just incredibly humbled by the amount of support that we get. And that's why we kind of really like giving it back. We don't take it. I mean, listen, we are saving for our first home. And I'm 54. I don't know when that's going to happen. The market kind of sucks right now, and it's just
it does. It blows.
It's not. I can't dive in. I mean, I have everything you could possibly want and need to get something. I've refused to pay $150,000 more than what the property is worth, because right now it's more of a seller's market than a buyer's. So,
and the interest is going to screw you.
It's ridiculous. So again, we are saving for it, but while we're saving, and we have done this before, and I've never said this publicly, there's been some contests that have been like big bucks that we've actually pulled out of that fund, because we make a promise and we keep it. Just like the big one this upcoming December, we're giving away $2,000 in 2 hours. I don't know any other show that's ever done that, and I'm not no. Putting anybody on blast, but we're homegrown here. This is money that we're giving. $2,000 in 2 hours. We don't do any of that because we couldn't obviously do that with. I have a pension, and it's a great pension, but it has a ceiling. We do this because we tuck away the super chats and the channel membership stuff at the end of the month. We kind of just have like a little kiddie fund for just in case, for when we do these big contests. And honestly, that's why we are always saying thank you for the ridiculous support. But we have one more here. Freddie Fox. Hey, Freddie, what's up, brother? Welcome back as always. He drops a very generous $5 super chat. And Freddie goes on to say, Xbox games going to PlayStation while Sony's in-house studios make MLB The Show year after year for Xbox and Game Pass. Sony could have said no to MLB, and now we have DS. I mean, look, again, that's a great point. This game is made by First Party. It was for years used as a badge of honor for PlayStation gamers. Look, we got MLB The Show. What do you got, Xbox? Nothing. And because MLB was like, listen, we're not making enough money on the back end. Either you pull it, or we'll pull it, or you make it for multiple platforms. And they do. They make it for Switch. They make it for Xbox. Where the salt in the wound here is, and this is why you never hear PlayStation players talk about this, it's not even in your $180 a year service, but it goes into Xbox Game Pass
day one.
Day MF1. Day one is in Game Pass. How do you explain that?
They take it. It's okay. It's okay because it's Sony doing it to them, right? Sony doesn't have to give. They could just take, and it's okay.
And it's fine.
That's all.
Yeah, it's fine. But listen, let's get into this rumor about Matt Booty. Now, Matt Booty, obviously, big part of Xbox. Obviously, he was clipped a couple of years ago where he literally said, not in the greatest of times, 2022, not a great year for Xbox, that they literally have so many games that they don't know where to put them, right? We've heard that, again, at the time, not the greatest. But since then, well, they seem to be hitting cadence. Now, granted, beginning of the year was a little slow. You got Hellblade 2. I think it's a game of the year contender. Some people don't. I hear you if you don't. That's fine. But something that I'm in many DMs, and shout out to Pong Soul for dropping this into the the big DM we're in. This, again, take it with a grain of salt, folks. It comes the way of Reddit. Okay, so but 2 of the 3 games listed here, we already know are coming out next year. So it says, first-party acquisitions of yesteryear seem ready to deliver in a big way. With South of Midnight from Compulsion, which we just saw the deep dive in, it looks phenomenal. Avowed from the impressively consistent Obsidian, which we've seen. That game is going to rock when it launches next year. But this is where it gets a little wild. It says, with Undead Labs State of Decay 3 enjoying a bigger team than ever before to build its apocalypse simulator, Microsoft is already shared its lineup for 2025 during the Xbox Game Showcase last June. Now, they don't say that this is one of the games, but this is where it gets a little wonky. Check this out. Our sources indicate that Microsoft's Matt Booty has a couple of additional tricks up its sleeve for next year, as well as to maintain the strong momentum it has with content right now. And this is pretty interesting because We know the games that are coming out next year. South of Midnight is one of them. Doom Eternal is another. Avowed is the start 2025 campaign, and at the end of the year, the sequel to Black Ops 2. Right, so that's the 4 big ones for Xbox. Where we don't know is whether or not State of Decay is going to be ready. It might be ready, and if it is, I mean, it looked really good, and that was gameplay. That was confirmed. That was actual gameplay, which is fan-freaking-tastic. But we also have an Exiles game, which we saw a couple of years ago, and it looked freaking great back then, and they've been talking about it. I really think that we could get an Exiles game next year, and that would be that could be 5 or 6 first-party games in 1 year. That definitely covers the 1 per quarter. In some quarters, you might get 2. This just goes back to how is Xbox dead? I have no idea. But let's talk about this. Let's talk about Xbox first party in 2025, because look at the differences. Sony's top 4 games coming out next year, 3 are owned by Xbox. That's crazy. And one of which, because they need money, they sold the IP back to Kojima, and that almost guarantees that Death Stranding 2 is only a timed exclusive, because Kojima said it himself. He literally said in the press release that he wants more people to play Death Stranding. Stay tuned. That means Death Stranding 2 is coming to Xbox. Maybe not next year, maybe the following year, but it's no longer a console exclusive for PlayStation. And then you look at what's happening for Xbox. Avowed, Doom Eternal, Call of Duty, South of Midnight, State of Decay 3 possibly. What is an Exiles game? I keep saying it's a Clockwork Revolution. Could you imagine if those are the 6 games plus what you're getting in Game Pass? See, again, how is Xbox losing? How are they dying?
They're not. 1 second. But hold on. Sorry, it's just a work call came in, and then another thing just popped in. But no, you're right. Now you were talking about is that other game that they're thinking maybe next year, Undead Labs game?
Yeah, State of Decay 3. Yeah, that's listed in this Reddit leak. So again, take it with a grain of salt, folks.
That's a lot. That's a lot of games. Like, this is I understand the like filler games in between, like the maybe smaller games. I feel like State of Decay is huge. That if that came next year, that would be crazy, because next year's already like stacked, right?
Yeah.
Like it's already stacked in a major way.
They have 4 major games next year. They, again, just look at the 2 platforms. One is PlayStation, and they're waiting for Xbox to deliver games to their platform. They have no first-party games. The one exclusive is no longer exclusive, Death Stranding 2, right? Think about that. And then what Xbox has going on, potentially 6 major game releases, all AAA monster-size releases. Some are multi-plat, some are exclusive. Clockwork Revolution is an exclusive. State of Decay is an exclusive. Avowed is an exclusive. That's a lot of games, and you know something?
That's a lot, man.
They could figure out a way to drop them systematically, because again, February is what we know confirmed for Avowed, but April, which is 2 months later, thanks to Will Broke Boy Lewis, and the potentially the leak or the accidental leak of what South of Midnight could be released. If they do it every 2 months,
like that lines up, right?
It does line up, dude,
in a big way.
Yeah.
My mind, the only thing that goes in my mind is that like the 4 games, right, that we have that's separate from Call of Duty. Like I feel like Call of Duty is gonna own that slot, and then like that fall, and then it just depends on whether or not you're going to have like smaller entities around it, or if you're going to go in December like a Indiana Jones, right? But like, Fable, you got to imagine is probably like a September, October release.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even say October if Call of Duty's October, right? So I would say September. I think South of Midnight, before we had the that thing come out, which, I was kind of thinking in my mind that April would be the time, right?
Yep.
Because you have, January, and then February you get you get Avowed, and then March off, and then April you would get, South of Midnight, which would be fantastic. And then I'm like we know they're gonna have other games, right? Like we know this, right? We didn't know every game that was gonna drop this year either. But they oh shit. But they all right. Sorry. I gotta take this. My bad, dog. My bad. Sorry.
Go do your thing, brother. We'll be back in a second. Listen, at the end of the day, folks, we'll get C back here. Obviously, he's working and he's still here, so we appreciate him taking the time. Look, I can say with full authority that next year is going to be a big year for Xbox for a couple of reasons. So walk with me for a second. So we know the games that are coming, right? We have an idea that there may be some third-party stuff in there. Will Broke Boy Lewis said in one of his super chats that Adam Fall is, even though it's a multi-plat, it's still day one in Xbox Game Pass. That's pretty big. But that's not going to be the only one. We know for a fact that they spend $1 billion per year to fill Xbox Game Pass with second-party, third-party, and indies. This is on top of potentially 6 AAA first-party games. It's going to be a banger year. But what if at the end of the year, you get the handheld? Like everyone keeps saying that it's coming 2026. I don't think so.
Phil said it's going to be a few years though. Like he just said, it's going to be a few years.
He said a couple. So does that count this year and next year? I mean, I'm just saying that I think that might be a smokescreen. Again, it's just my thoughts. I have no.
I mean, it can be. It can be. I mean, I originally thought it made more sense to drop it with the console. Like I know Hargeet on the show had brought up the idea of doing a handheld first so that you can kind of get it out and then maybe do the next gen console with another handheld or something like that afterwards. I don't know if it drops next year, that would be dope. I know Jez was talking about it, but then Jez also kind of like now talked about how he said it was coming, and I guess it's going to be further out or something like that. So I don't know. I mean, I think as far as like the handheld is concerned, that's dope, but like we have so many games that are coming. Like we still don't know about like Contraband. We don't know about any of these other like games that we know they have deals with people who've been making games for them for a while. We haven't seen
Project
them yet,
Dragon, right? The 007 game. I mean, it's just
I mean, it is what it is. And remember, man, like we're going, like every time we go into these shows, they're bringing up new things. We're seeing new things come out, which is great. At the end of the day, those games like Atom Fall, like 33 Expedition 33.
Oh, dude,
right?
so
That's gonna be sick. That's day one Game Pass. Like you gotta understand, like we are not the same, right? I told like in our show, I always say it, like for me personally, if I don't have to pay for your game, that makes it like it's essentially an Xbox game, right? Like MLB The Show, I feel like it's our game. Like it's just like who gets treated the way we do? Only Xbox fans, right? Only Xbox fans get treated the way we do, where we get all these day and date drops into our Game Pass. And the ponies will claim that they don't care about that, or it's just they're filler and all this stuff, right? But the moment they get one game day and date into PlayStation Plus, they start jumping for joy, right? Oh my god, we're getting it, right? That's what they did for Alan Wake, right? When it came out, that Alan Wake, that their new game, not Alan Wake, Remedy's new game, that extraction shooter or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I forget, FNB or FBA, I don't know, or FBC. That game was coming to Game Pass, right? And then afterwards, we found out that they also did a double deal. So they're taking Game Pass and they're taking PlayStation Plus, and they were so happy, right? Oh, so great, right? Everything was so happy because they're getting it day and day. Dude, this is our normal life. Like you guys get it sprinkled every once in a while, right? Every month we're getting day and dates. Every month, every single month, there are games dropping day and date into Game Pass, where if you had an inkling of a desire to try out that game, you would have to go buy it. Where here, we just get it. It's part of our palette here. It's part of just what we have access to. It's a beautiful thing, man. We're not the same. It's a very different situation. So when you look at those gaps in between the major, excuse me, the major Xbox releases, in between, we're still getting day and date drops. We're still getting brand new games day one for us to consume. And it's glorious, man. Like it's just a beautiful thing. So you got to look at, they also want to create those windows for, some of these impactful games. So even if you take Atom Fall, which looks awesome, right? You take Atom Fall and you take Expedition 33, just those two games need their own space to be able to drop and, have their moment to shine. You don't want to take a major first party IP and put it on top of one of those, right? So ultimately that's the difference for us, right? We're getting it in all ways possible. We're getting the first party output that's coming in and just doing amazing for us, right? And to be clear, like I know you guys talked about the Hellblade 2. Okay, that was the first half was a little, they didn't have a lot of Xbox
a little light
first
for
party.
sure.
Yeah, but I mean, but we did get a bunch of day and date games in that time frame, right?
We did
on Game Pass.
That doesn't count.
So,
that doesn't count.
Yeah, so that's just an illusion for them, right? Because those same people will come out here and tell us that all these third-party games that PlayStation didn't develop, those count for our numbers, right? But we get the games for free, they don't count. I get it. I understand. I don't. I'm lying. That's just dumb thinking. But either way, we were fed the entire time, right? We also got the biggest game of the year up until Call of Duty, right? Which was Power World, right?
Yeah.
In January, starting the year off, right? So, like, let's be clear, right? We are constantly fed. We have no droughts. They may think that, but we have no droughts. They, on the other hand, they have plenty of drought because for them, they got to buy every single game. So regardless of whether or not it's a third-party exclusive or not exclusive, if that game was everywhere and they wanted that game, they would still have to buy it. So nothing has changed for them, right? When PlayStation money hats a game, nothing changes for PlayStation people, right? Nothing changes. It's just the game is no longer on Xbox, right? Which is fine, which is why what has happened, boom, what have we seen definitively happen? Every major third-party publisher has backed away from PlayStation. None of them are doing any more exclusives at all for PlayStation. Square just has to finish off their last game in that trilogy, and then they're out. They've come out. Everybody is walking away from PlayStation because those deals hurt them.
Yep.
And you guys are not buying them. So you are hurting them because you guys are not supporting the devs, right? You're not supporting the devs. So you're stuck in Little Land, right? Like, understand this. You are nothing but
are they
small indie.
Are they Smurf size?
Yeah, they're all actually. I should take that back because Little Land, I think, is the name of a dope ass indie game that's coming out. I think is what it's called. That one's really good. But that's it. You're only stuck with these third-party money hats for these small games that you don't even know are there. You don't know if they're coming, when they're coming. You don't know, right? It's all made up, right? They're trying everything they can. You thought you were gonna get Crimson Desert, and then they say, no thanks, we're good. So they're already too big for. Think about it. They already said, nope, we're a little too big for your indie box, right? We're not doing it. You guys can keep the little indies, right, that are day to day, but no, outside of that, you're not getting them.
You know what? We just got confirmed. Edward Lafferty says that PlayStation Plus still has Quantum Era. Yes! Game of the century. Shout out to Jacob Novick, who actually just dropped this into the DM here. Breaking news, as per Xbox Wire, Avowed arrives on February 18th, 2025, and pre-orders begin today for Xbox Series X and S, the Xbox app on Windows, Battle.net, and Steam, or play it day one on Xbox Game Pass. So you have all these places.
Pre-order for Avowed.
Yes.
Got it.
So, yep, the pre-order just went again, it's official. It's February 18th, no backsies. and it's going to be available Xbox Series XS, the Xbox app on Windows, Battle.net, and Steam. Or, of course, you can play it in Game Pass, which is what I'm going to do. I believe there's going to be some sort of a $30 update, upgrade like Call of Duty and Starfield. And you know what? They're gonna get my $30. But listen, Steve, this is again great show, everyone. Shout out to everyone that tuned in. We had over 700 people watching live. A couple of super chats we'll get to before we get to outros. Look, again, FYI, Xbox is not dead. Yes, I understand people want the exclusive ideology to remain. It's not happening. And again, I don't like it. I don't want you to think I'm bending a knee for it, but it is what it is.
Listen. What you should do, okay? And I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm saying, just in general, what you should do is stop worrying about these people who are going to say you're bending the knee, or you're capping, or F these people, right? You do you. These people out here crying, let them cry, right? Just let them sit and sulk and be miserable because they don't have any fun things to do or any fun things to play. Or if they're on the Xbox side, they're so caught up in the emotions of what these ponies feel and what these ponies think of them that they want to make sure that they can say, I keep it real. I keep it real. So I'm going to bash Xbox. No, man, you're not keeping it real. You're not. If you were a real Xbox fan, this wouldn't be something that even fazed you, homie. You were a fan of a war that doesn't matter, right? Like that's what you're a fan of.
The war's ended. That's what it is. And
we have a new war. It's just new. There's always war, right? There's always war. The war just changes.
Yeah,
okay?
It's a content war.
That's why I don't care about any of this stuff, because as long as they're dumb people on the other side, as long as PlayStation keeps doing dumb shit, there's always going to be something to talk about. And then Xbox on this side, for sure, we have tons to talk about. We just did a whole show talking about Indiana Jones and South of Midnight, how amazing of a lineup of games we have coming. Like Indy, you got to go out and fly to go watch and play Indy hands-on, bro. Like that is, the game looks sick, bro. The game looks crazy. I love it. I cannot wait for that thing to come out. It looks so good. And South of Midnight, come on, man. Are you telling me that if you even have an inkling of desire for something that looks fresh and new in gaming, are you kidding me? That game looks amazing. It looks amazing.
And you know what all of us keep forgetting about? Poor Flight Simulator 2024.
Oh, I can't wait for Flight Simulator. I'm not, listen, the first game, the graphics were amazing. I wish that I can enjoy just flying, right? Just like for the sake of myself saying, okay, today I want to fly from this place to this place. I know eventually they added other stuff, but already it was like too late in my mind, like to go back.
This over here, you get a plane.
This one, I want to do everything. I want to go and like put out forest fires.
I want to rescue people hanging off the side of a building or a side of a cavern.
Yeah, man. Then we got Stalker 2 the next day.
Dude, Stalker 2.
What a palate cleanser, right? Play some Stalker 2. Things get intense. Like, all right, I need a breather. Go hop into Flight Simulator. Come on, man. We eating good over here, man. We eating good. Don't let your pony friends or the opinions of these people who don't matter. They don't exist. They don't even exist in real life. Like they go out there. They're not real people that you see here. This is them letting out all their frustrations to the world, because when they go home, maybe they get bitched out by their spouse, or they go to work and there's somebody's, they have a boss who bitches them out. So they come to Twitter where they can feel powerful, and they have a few thousand people who feel like they do. So they follow them. And then they come out here and they want to crap on what you have. No, they don't mean anything.
They also want to crap on people being positive, which is something that I don't. I mean, listen, someone sent me today was like, hey, listen, someone used you and Jamie in a video. Okay, I mean,
that's a daily, bro. That happens all the time.
If that's how you make your content, that you're literally scrubbing through other people's videos, what does that really say for you as a content creator? Like, you don't have your own ideas. Like, exactly. You never hear me talk about other people. I don't name the names. I don't use other people's content to make fun of people. First of all,
I mean, I do. I'm gonna laugh at them.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I was just saying, like, but like when I see it done to me, I laugh and I'm like, wow, like you spent 10 hours behind your computer screen, clipping my face to put on something, clipping poor Jamie's face to put on something, and
that's a lot of energy.
That's a lot of energy, bro. Like, and look, I'll tell you this right now. If you didn't know how much production time it is for something, and I've done it. That's why I don't do videos. I do them occasionally, and I do shorts where I just film on my camera. For every 1 minute of content that you make as a video, every 60 seconds equates to an hour plus of production. So if you do a 10-minute video and you put it out there and it gets 3 views, you know how 10 hours it took me to make a video for 10 minutes. I'm not about that life. I'm about talking and hanging out with the people in real time. You get a chance to see what I look like, and you get to see the glorious and peacocks behind me. That's Mrs. Boom. I don't have a man cave yet. I'm literally in a small apartment, which is why we're saving for a house. I have ideas for the studio. I'm not gonna let the cat out of the bag. What I'm gonna do is gonna be dope. So every time I go live, you can be like, "Oh my god, look at that setup." I'll get there eventually. Right now, we're in an apartment, so this is my production studio. It's small. It's fine, but thank you. Let me just catch up on super chats. We'll get everyone out of here. We have here Lord Roughness. Hey, brother, welcome back. Nice to see you here. Thank you so much for the very generous $5 super chat. It says, "Hi, Boom. Hey, C Money. The exclusive, as we know, is over. Xbox realizes the real money is in the ability for everyone to play. And when everyone plays, they don't win. Xbox wins because they get more rich. And they fund it. Again, if you want to feel better, every time a PlayStation gamer buys Indiana Jones next year, they are literally funding the next game. Maybe it's a Riddick game. I don't know. Maybe it's the next Wolfenstein. But every time a PlayStation player spends $76.43 for the base game, or $108 after tax for the one that comes with the DLC, they're literally funding Machine Games' next title. Think about that. That should make you happy. It makes me glee. It just is what it is. Jacob Novik says 2021 Quake 1 releases, 2023 Quake 2 releases, 2025 Quake 3. I want to see that supposed Quake remake that they're making. I want that game like forthwith.
I would love for them to bring the path tracing Quake experience that they have on PC, and bring that over to console, because that's game changing. Like, I played the ray tracing one. Oh my god, I played it a while. It was very I love when they take these old school graphics and bring them to life in a such a realistic
in a
looking
modern
way. Like,
way.
lighting changes everything, bro.
Yeah,
like, it's crazy. You could take 2D sprites and throw, like, look at the Minecraft. They haven't done it on Xbox and PlayStation and stuff like that, but on PC, oh my god, if you want to see something gorgeous, just go on YouTube and check out Minecraft, ray tracing videos, and the stuff that's on there, it's beautiful. It's like the epitome of a video game, right? Taking us back to like the pixels and back in the day, but like infusing it with the future of gaming, which is the path tracing and stuff like that. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Great experiences.
Dragon Wolf has been a channel member for 10 long months. So Dragon Wolf, thank you so much for that. He says, "How many gamers will it take before some PlayStation players realize, hold on, I can get all of these games on Xbox Game Pass and subscribe, or possibly get an Xbox?" Yeah, I mean, that's happening now. And I really hope that they drive the point home about this is Xbox, and they do sell their Series S 512s that I know that they have a ton of for $200. They'll win Black Friday, no doubt about that. The last two of the day comes away of Sir Riffs a Lot, drops an additional very generous $2 super chat and says, "My dilemma is finding time to play all these games." Yep, that is the real freaking problem.
Dude, I have so many games that I was so into, and then a new game came out. I was like,
Call of Duty.
All right, I want to play this one.
It's taken my soul. And if I sucked in it, then I'd be like, yeah, whatever. I don't care about no Call of Duty. Let me tell you something right now. 4 out of 5 games, I'm in the winner circle. 4 out of 5 games. Oh my! I played 4 games before the show went live. I was in the winner circle twice. One is number 1, number's number 3. So I am taking these kids to task. This old man has got it, and I'm going to flaunt it. And
Nice.
again, I'm telling you folks, don't get stabbed in the neck by me if I'm wearing a Banjo-Kazooie suit, because you're effed. I'm going to say that right now.
That'd be hilarious, bro.
Will Broke Boy Lewis, a very
That'd be
generous
hilarious,
$5
bro.
super chat,
Hilarious.
and says, why would Avowed be on BattleNet? It's a Bethesda Studios game, and BattleNet is an ABK game launcher.
You know why? They're
Just
not
more-
gonna. There's people who will not leave a launcher. You guys
Yes.
don't understand. Like Steam,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
People don't leave Steam for the most part. There's diehard Steam people, and that's just what it is.
They'll just buy the game
There
on
are
Steam.
Battle.net is a lifestyle for these people. These
Yep.
people love Battle.net. You can't kill Battle.net. People love it. There's no point in trying to make people switch or move. It just doesn't work. They are meeting the players where they are. Why not release it on Battle.net? Right?
Yeah.
Doesn't make any difference. They own it. Drop it there, right?
So-
Bethesda, the Bethesda one that they had wasn't great.
It was,
Right?
yeah,
It wasn't a
slow.
great launcher.
It's
So
not
it
the
wasn't
greatest
worth
of
it. That's
launchers,
why.
Yeah. But listen, real quick, folks, before we get out of here, I do want to run the commercial for Valari. We're going to start doing the commercial twice a week. Out of the 5 days, we're going to do it twice. Normally, I like to do it in the middle. I actually have forgotten. I am waiting the link. As soon as the link and the QR code are delivered for the pre-order of the Double Barrel Gaming official pillow from Valari, I promise you I'll DM you it with it. I'll put it on the socials. I have Blue Sky now. Same thing. It's at Mr. BoomStick XL on Blue Sky. I'm running dual accounts. I will pin it to the account. And like I said, this weekend and next weekend, I'm going to be filming or starting to film the new commercial for it. But check this out, folks. And there it is, folks. DBG15 at checkout. You get 15% off your order. And obviously, I can't believe this. There is an official Double Barrel Gaming pillow. Holy shit. I cannot believe that this is a reality. Like I said, folks, just put your head down, work hard, be honest, be truthful, be transparent, and good things like this are going to happen. C-Money, thank you so much for spending 90 minutes with me as you do each and every Thursday. Brother, we got to sell the brand of On Point for Gamers. I mean, listen, folks, it's a great show if you want to laugh, especially on Fridays where it is literally no holds barred between him, Doodle, and of course, Hargeet Chani, the man, the myth, the legend, and the best beard in the business, no doubt about it. Again, they do 4 shows a week. And they're great, and they're fun, and they have a bunch of content creators that you may not have heard of, but you might want to start following. C-Money, sell the brand, brother. Where can people subscribe to On Point for Gamers on YouTube, and more importantly, follow you and the missus on social media?
Yeah, man, for sure. Well, first of all, obviously, Boom, man, thanks for having me on. I look forward to these shows. So awesome time. So catch me here on Thursdays, X Vlog Live at 12 p.m. Eastern time. So thank you again, brother. Appreciate it. And yeah, I mean, as far as like on Twitter, I am C-Money Forever. So you could check me out there. Doodle is at Doodle to be free. That's my wife. You know, we've when things like this go down, we get a little slanderous out there, have to slap some people up because it's embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta help these fools out a little bit. So definitely check us out there. It's fun times. And then we do have our show. Obviously, our channel is On Point for Gamers. We do about 4 shows a week. We also do like some reviews, impressions, things like that. So our Sunday show is our first show for the week. Is Morning Quest with Doodle and C-Money's 10 a.m. Eastern time. It's a fun show, man. We have a great time with whatever topic it is. Very chat focused, like we're really community focused. So we hang out with our homies and really do have a good time with them. So that's on Sunday mornings, 10 a.m. Eastern. Then on Tuesday nights, We have Night Quest with Duno Simani, and that one is similar to the Sunday one, except that we have a guest, obviously different topics and stuff, but we have a guest that joins us. This past week, we had the homie Farrell Bazaar from the Vitamin G podcast. Dope dude. He's been on the show multiple times, so really, really cool guy. So yeah, that's at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Then on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern time, we have the On Point Gaming podcast. That's our OG. That's more of like a news show where we talk about a bunch of different, topics. And, that's the one we're doing tonight. And best believe we're going in on this interview and all the nonsense that's surrounding it. The doom and gloom will be murdered tonight. So that's happening 8 p.m. Eastern time. And then tomorrow night, Friday nights, that's the night shift Let's Talk Gaming, where we basically just have a bunch of fun, man. Obviously, more topics, very topic heavy. We talk about a lot of different things, but we have a great time as myself, Doodle, the homie Hargishani, and our boy Demo Flow Gaming, who's one of the pony slayers out there in the streets. Really, really cool dude. And we just have time, man. That's also 8 p.m. Eastern time. So definitely, come check us out, man. We have some fun. We've been having some good success on the channel, so we appreciate all y'all. We see a lot of our homies here, so definitely check us out, man. And of course, Boom, man, thanks again, bro. Appreciate you, homie.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to put the link.
Yeah, drop the link in there. A shout out to Adventures of Giovanna and Nico says this. Let's get realistic. Enough with this loyalty to one platform. What happened to playing games for gaming fun? I love every platform because I love games. You know who succeeds in the end? The player. Fan-freaking-tastic thoughts and theories. Welcome to the program, brother. Thank you so much for taking the time to drop a comment and, of course, hang out with us. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us here on XVlog Live. Thank you for tuning in. And obviously, I do have to ask, if you are not already subscribed, please consider subscribing. If you want to be super cool, share this on the socials. Let people know, not only on Twitter, but on Blue Sky, that, hey, there's a guy named Double Barrel Gaming or Mr. BoomStick XL. He has a YouTube channel. If you like Xbox content and you like positivity, go check it out. And again, we'll be back here tomorrow morning on the new episode of Breakfast with Boom. We have a great lineup of guests. We also have a ton of stuff to get into. It's going to be a very spicy show regarding some of the news and information that's come out. And of course, I'm going to close a big thank you to all of these super chats. There's a lot of them today, and make sure I got all of them. I'm up to date. And yes, we are. Thank you again for the support, because we do then turn around and we do the big giveaways. And don't forget, not this Friday, next Friday, we'll be celebrating the final release of Stalker 2. That releases on Wednesday. Mrs. Boom and I are doing a very special presentation for Breakfast with Boom next Friday, where we are giving away 15 copies of the game. That's right, you heard me correct, 15 of them, and you could win one by simply tuning in and being in the chat. And of course, if you do win, if the picker from StreamYards picks you, you just tell me where you want the code to, PC or Xbox, and we send it to you digitally, and the game is yours. And the first 8 winners will be anyone who is a channel member. The 7 winners after that will be anyone in the chat who drops the hashtag, which we will give away. We'll put into the chat when the show goes live next Friday. And again, it's just our way of not only, quote unquote, giving back to the community, but we are, supporting the dev. So thank you for the super chats, because that's what those super chats go to. And of course, I'm going to close out the show with something that's incredibly important to me. Hopefully one day it'll be important to you. And that's something that my dad taught us when we were kids. And he would say, Craig, treat others how you want to be treated. And also, it doesn't cost anything to be nice. You live by those rules, son. I can guarantee you're going to have an awesome day. So take care, everyone. And we'll see you next week on the newest episode of XVlog Live.